So you're having some troubles with one of your horns on your GMC Terrain. I'm going to show you how to take that off. I'm going to show 3 different ways from possibly the easiest to the hardest. See which one you want to try out. Of course, this might work on the Chev Equinox as well. So the first way to try out, if you look, I'm going to show you on the passenger side here, just below the light. This is what your horn looks like here. Now with the bumper, if you stuck your hand under the bumper right about there and reached up in behind here, it's right about there. That's where the horn is on this side. It's the same on the other side there. So this is what it looks like, and it's held on with 1 bolt. It's a 10 millimeter. Now I'm showing you with the bumper cover taken off, it's just a lot easier so you can see what's going on. But if you stuck your hand under there, you should be able to feel the horn. And then you have to feel where the bolt is, and it'll be under the headlight. So we're going to take it off. I'll show you how it unplugs, and then I'll show you maybe another way you want to try in case you can't reach it from underneath. Might help to jack the vehicle up a little bit, and of course jack stands would be the way to go. Now there's a little clip here you're going to want to push. I know it's going to be hard to see if you're from underneath there, but you might be able to feel it with your fingers. And you just kind of squeeze it and jiggle it, and the clip should come off. Probably be enough to see from underneath, but maybe not. And that's how it is. And it just goes back on backwards. Reverse from what you did. It might be easier just to put, let's see. Well, let's put this back in first. Connector. It only really fits in one way. So we'll show you how to do that. Again, if you're feeling with your fingers, you'll be able to see the one end has got a bigger part to it. And like I say, you can't put it on sideways or backwards. It only goes on one way. And it should click. Once you do that, bolt in the hole, and you should be able to feel around there and get it back in. You want to tighten it up, snug it up pretty nice. And that's the one way to do it. Now maybe that's just, you can't feel it. Let's try the second way. Now don't get too discouraged. We're going to look at the bumper cover again. We're going to want to get inside here. Your wheel well. So you're going to take your tire off, which I already have off, and you'll see there's a couple clips and a couple screws that are in behind here. They're actually E20 torque bits. So a special screwdriver you can use for that, or you can actually get little sockets. They're like a male socket, and that's what the torque bit looks like. Continue on and get these out. These clips are a little bit different. They're a 2-piece. This one seems to be getting kind of old. We'll get back to our screws here, and you should be able to stick your hand inside here and reach around and grab the horn. We'll continue though, because I need a little more access room. So here's where your headlight actually is behind. We'll take that off. That same torque bit, T20. Once that's out, you can give this a little turn. Might give you a little more access to grab this big piece. Once you grab that, you should be able to pull it out. I still need a little more room, so there's a clip up there I'm going to take off. Once you get this clip off, you should be able to access behind this fender well. Now the whole thing won't come off, but you should be able to get in there. Let's go to another way. Behind the headlight again, this time we're going to try and take the headlight out. There's a couple of clips on top. If you've resorted to this far, again, I'm using this door panel tool or clip tool. This is what these clips look like. You pull the middle out, and then the other piece can bend and pop out. So you just pop the middle out. Same kind of clips that were in the wheel wells. They take a little bit of doing to get them out. You don't even have to pull the whole center all the way out. It can come all the way out, and that probably will happen, but depends on how long they've been together. This one came out, and then just pull it out. Now this little door just flips up. It's hinged right there. Flips up, just leave it out of the way. 7 millimeter socket is going to get the top of this headlight out. Another one on this side. And basically, once you get the headlight off, we'll be able to reach. the horn, the way we saw the first time. 10 millimeter bolt all the way down here. This one you need an extension to get at. And once that's out, I ended up having to use a magnet because I couldn't get my hand in there. Magnet was the easiest thing. I don't know, it's like 6 or 8 inches, 8 inches, 12 inches down to get that. And this bumper is clipped on the top there. Trust me, the other way, if you can get in there the way, one of the other two ways, that's going to be your easiest. So I'm taking these clips off again. You saw how they came off. The E20 torque bit. Pop them off, get them out. You saw what that looks like. They might be tough to get out. Sometimes they're so rusted in there, I've had to use like locking pliers or what would you call them? Vice grips, I guess. And then you'll have to turn them out with that. But these clips should come out okay. When I put these screws back in there, I'm going to lube them up a little bit just so they're not so rusty in there. Then again, we need a few more things to take off here because you're not going to get your hand in there. We mentioned take this piece off. And I'm going to show you again just because maybe you skipped the first part and you thought, no, that's too hard to do. So this comes off. Pull that out, may as well it'll give you a little more flexibility to grab on. There's a clip on top here too. It's one of those 2-piece clips. Put a link in the description for all the tools I'm using. Once that gets out, you should be able to pull this out. It's kind of sitting on top of the fender. You have to do a little bit of bending. Actually, what I've noticed too, I'm skipping ahead here a little too far. 2 more bolts on the bottom, or screws, whatever you want to call them. These actually have an end to them, like a bolt end. There we go. Those are out. Get this other one off as well. I believe these are 7 millimeter, 7 or 8 millimeter. Now, with all of that out of the way, you should be able to get in behind here. Look at that. And maybe you can still reach it. I don't know. With all those out, that would be nice. But if you really insist on taking the bumper off, at least this one side, there is another couple bolts in this black piece. I'm going to try and see if I can show you. Really hard to get at. Very hard to even show you. I can't get the camera close enough to the side of the bumper.
You can see.
If we take a look in here, there we go.
Okay.
See where it's screwing up into the fender itself. So I'm trying to lube that up a little bit just so then it comes off a little easier.
There it is. Okay.
That's what we're trying to spray up in there. And while that soaks, we'll see what else we can get at. There's another couple clips in the bottom. Give us just a little more access. This is close to the engine. We're doing some other work on this vehicle, so there's a whole playlist on it. There we go. Now you can get your hands in there. You'll see there's a bolt up in this corner in that access hole there where the black piece is. There's actually one there, and there's one way on the other side as well.
Can't see it, but it's there.
Again, bumper's kind of making it hard for me to show you. Oh, there, we can see it. Kind of rusty looking. What I ended up doing is I used an extension, but a flexible one because of the angle of it. The engineers, I don't know who was thinking when they put these things together. I guess they put them together, they don't expect you to take them apart. Once you get that little bolt out of there, on to the next one. I believe there's one a little further in. It's like, why won't this come out? In fact, I tried just gently prying it, and you always want to be gentle. And yeah, okay, that worked. Oh, this one maybe only has the one. My bad. It's a while since I took this video, shot it, so I guess it was just the one bolt, but you can see it's all clicked in there. Now, once you get in here, the headlight's got a bolt. We have to undo right in there. Can you see it? Way inside. No one said it was going to be easy. But help to take those off as well. Those hold the bumper cover and grille. Now, we're not going to take the opposite side off. We're just going to do these 4 and let the thing hang while I take everything apart. If you need the whole bumper cover off, just continue. Just do the same that we did to this side on the other side. It's good to know how to do that though, because there may be some reasons you need to get in behind there. Especially if you have to remove the headlight for some reason. You should be able to get at the bolts from the back, but headlight, no. See, now we're getting some access. I'm just going to take this out here since we're so close. Now, it's possible you can do it without taking this light out, but if you can't reach it right now, can't get the horn out, this is what you're going to have to do. Probably will make it easier. So let's grab and take the light out. What else are we hanging on by? Oh yeah, just got to pull this up just a little bit. And maybe the other one should come out. There we go. Could probably just set it to the side. I'm going to take the wires off by unhooking this piece. And I'm going to pull this little white tab out first. It's like a locking tab so that it doesn't accidentally work itself out or accidentally unhook. A little bit of fun to get out. It's doable. Should really just pop straight out. I don't know why I'm having trouble. There we go. And the whole thing came off. Oh well, now you can press the button down. A lot of this stuff gets dirt and stuff stuck in it, and then it's not coming out the way it was made to. This actually clipped on here to the bottom of the light. Both these connectors. See if maybe I can get that off first if it's not going to come apart. A little more fighting. There we go. So I've unclipped it, but we haven't taken the connector apart. It'll be easier to hold it and do this. Lots of wiggling. I'm going to pry under here too as I hold down the tab. Just about, boy, it's fighting for sure. Of course, when it was brand new, it probably would have come out nice and easy. But now that it's however many years old, it wants to fight me. So I'm holding the clip down or the button down so that it comes apart. And I'm trying to kind of work its way out. Again, it shouldn't be this tight, but years and years and years now, I wiggle it back and forth. And just tight. Get one side out, get the other side out. Try not to break it. It's coming out. There we go. A couple wiggles. Look at the dirt in there. Not that much dirt, but just enough sand and stuff like that. You can see this clip, how you press down there, and it moves that up and down, releases it. And this piece just locks back in here. I'm just going to just set it in there just so I don't lose it. But not all the way. Yeah, move the headlight somewhere where I won't drop it or scrape it. Set it down there. Oh, looks like I lost a clip. It's one of these clips that those bolts go into. Make sure you got them all. Sometimes they're very loose like this one is. That's why it fell off. I'm going to try and squeeze it together. A pair of something, anything. Vice grips could work. Pliers like that. Snap it in, there you go. Shouldn't lose it now. Okay, we're getting distracted. Let's go back to our horn. And there it is here, just under where the light was. It's got a bolt. Looks like it's a 10 millimeter, I believe. Just one holding it. I believe there's a horn on the other side. Same thing, mirror image. Just unplug this, as we showed before. This one also has one of these tabs here you have to press down. It'll unlock it. Hold it down and wiggle it. It should come out. There's your horn. You could test this. This will be the power coming to the horn. Well, it's a power and a ground. Because if you probed it there, you'd have power either way. You'd either have a negative or positive number. The new one just clips back in. If you know that's working, bolt goes in the hole and tighten it up. Make it nice and snug. Headlight back in. And put these plugs back together. Now, if you know how to do this, you can skip to the outro at the ending comments, and I'll just have a couple quick things to tell you there. Plus, I'll show you where there's a playlist on this exact vehicle. Otherwise, if we're still together here, let's clip this back on to the bottom of the light, the way it was, or the side of the light, I think it was. And once that mounts back on, it just goes onto this tab. There should kind of lock in. Now we take our light, and it's time to put it back in. Get you situated here. Now we've got the top, that's tabs that we've got to lift in the top, and there's bottom ones as well. It's all got to kind of piece by piece. Not lots of room in here, so let's try and line it up. No forcing of anything. Position that bottom tab there than these top ones. You won't have this wire here with some kind of strange anti-rust thing these people had in this vehicle, which I took off this vehicle. Put the bolts back in, snug them up. We've got that one way down in the hole there as well. Not easy to put in.
Reach out.
And I dropped it.
Through here.
I think what I'm going to have to use, grab my magnet again, magnet to the rescue, grab the bolt. Guess what I could have done is put some tape around it. What I tried here is use the magnet and just kind of get it threaded in. Turning the bolt a little bit, and then once it was sitting there, I was able to use the socket and put that back in. Snug it up. So we've got these two we can snug up on the top as well. Just make them fairly tight. Put this going into like a plastic nut anyway, or holder. Once those are done, we still have this one on the side, remember? Right in there. This one I'm going to just set some tape on top of it so that my socket, it makes the bolt kind of a little bit bigger. Hopefully it'll hold it in there. And try and line it in, and easy to say. Oh, there it goes. Make it snug. I'm just going to try and grab the tape out of there, so it doesn't look like it's been an accident or something, and it hasn't been. Put these back in. The top for your grill. Snug them up. And once that's all done, hopefully this has been of help. If you give me a thumbs up, it would be nice if it's been of help to you. Put this piece back down, this trim, and it's got those little snap-in tabs. You just snap in and just pop them in, and then push down the top of it, and it'll spread the bottom. They'll hold in. Do that one as well. If you lose any of those, a lot of auto parts stores can get you them. If you just bring one in to show them what it looks like. Now we've got to put this bumper cover back on. I don't know if you can see here, there's a tab that it's going to lock into that hole. Just have to push it all the way in and let it lock. Same with these ones here. They lock into place. Hopefully they don't break. Not supposed to, but it doesn't mean they won't. So just going to Kind of gently put it in. It'll either pop in nice or not. You could always maybe spray WD-40 or something on it. Oh, and the little piece of paint chipped. As you get old and the bumper cover is kind of moving back and forth against the fender, it causes the paint to flake. But it's not a new vehicle, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm going to use this flexible extension, which is going to make it a little easier. Like, oh, I was having so much trouble with it. Oh, don't forget that this piece here, the black piece I have my finger on, is going to go behind this white part to make sure that it clips around, just so you're not forcing it. So I tried it with it clipped together there and get the bolt in. And a big fight, of course, because there's hardly any room. I think a little extension with the U-joint would have been a little better to use than this piece. I think it would be really hard to do this with a solid extension. I'll show you why here in a second. Because your extension needs to almost go straight up and down like this, and the lip for the bumper is in the way. Not much you can do about it. So you could try it that way. Or, if you could pull this piece out, see where that hole is there on the black, put your screw in there first, or bolt, and then just try and tighten that up into the fender. Not very tight, just so you can get it going. And once you get it going, snap the bumper together. That's what I ended up doing. It was a little easier to do. I guess in theory you wouldn't have to take that all the way out if you can unhook the bumper from that bolt. Put this back together. You have to remember too, you've got that bottom piece here. Need to put that in basically first, and it goes on top and inside the bumper. So on top, get you to see that. Sorry for the poor cam work there. I'm gonna put one of these clips in. Should hold it in okay. And I was fighting with them too, so I figured I'm gonna put some WD-40 on them to make them slippery, both sides of them, and then get them in. To bottom one as well, and then we're going to have those little bolts or screws, whatever you want to call them. There they are. The T20s again. I'm going to just spray this with something else, not WD-40, something that'll stay there, won't evaporate. Something that's anti-rust, because these are actually going into little metal clips. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of fun taking them off if you ever need to do something in here again. Spray that one as well. Sprayed that, and I sprayed the little bolt. Ratcheted it back in, nice and snug. Oh, what do we have to do? The bottom here, remember those two little bolts as well. These actually have bolt heads, I believe. Takes a little bit of monkeying around to line them up, but they do line up. And do this one as well. We can make them fairly tight because they are going into a little metal bracket. Spray some goo on them too so that they will stop rusting together. Hopefully that helps. You never know. What else we got going on here? Oh, the clip there way in the wheel well. You know, it's hard to see because I was looking through the viewfinder and it's like I needed to move this whole piece close, like back a little bit. Got the center piece in, then the top piece, it's going to sit one way or the other. Remember, if it doesn't fit the way you're pushing it, turn it the opposite way. Oh, and then we have way on top inside the wheel well. Now we just have this cover here for where the lights go, the bulbs. I'll try and put in the playlist how you can replace these bulbs as well without taking all this stuff apart. And do anything on replacing the horn. I've got a whole playlist on this vehicle in case you're interested. Tighten that baby up and make sure that you don't have any parts left over. That's always good. And I can't believe it. We're done. Hopefully that was helpful. Get your horn working again if you're swapping horns and you've done all the due diligence and you're sure that it's the actual horn itself. If you have one of these vehicles, you're probably looking for a repair playlist. If you didn't know, hey, I've got one. Right here, the big blue circle. See the flashing yellow arrow pointing to the top? That's where there's a card you can click on, and you'll see many more videos on the GMC Terrain. There's also a playlist for the Chev Equinox, which is a similar vehicle. There might be a couple extra videos in one or the other of these playlists that are compatible with, engine, transmission, all that kind of stuff. Until next time, I'm Uncle Mark saying thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now. No, sit here. Sit here. No, right here. Sit. Wait, sit. Come here. Sit. Shake a paw. Good girl. Here. Where are you going? I got more. We're not done. Really? How about in the top here, this blue, they can cross, check, wrap, that doesn't work. So hopefully this video was helpful for